Martin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We know you're going through a difficult time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? In YouTube land, I'm Carston Curtis here. Right now,
at the moment. So I'm
going to show
thank you for taking the time to join us and speak with us today.
Teresa Martin
Thank you all for having me.
actually
So
have an
those
interview
who,
in the radio station.
I'm assuming everyone in
Check it out.
Chicago knows the story of Kanika Jenkins by now, but Kyle, just a little backstory. The 19-year-old girl who was found frozen in a freezer in the Rosemont Crown Plaza Hotel.
That's right.
So let's start there. Let's start the night.
Hey, how you doing, Shelly?
Your daughter.
Thanks for joining my live stream here. Like I said before, I'm just showing a clip of
that my daughter's missing. They can't find her.
To
so I asked
Martin,
them, could they take their time?
Teresa Martin,
first
actually having an interview over there.
Find her. In the background, I
radio
hear
station.
Other friends stating, she tired of waiting, she tired of this, getting a little rowdy. So I asked them to calm down and just bring my car to me.
Because your daughter because they were at the hotel for a party, and your daughter was the driver of the night.
Yes, my daughter was the driver.
So they had her keys at this moment.
They had her keys. And they never mentioned that they had a phone until after I got off the phone with one friend. I called her phone just to hear other friends state to me that I have a phone too. So I asked them, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right.
Right.
I knew something wasn't
right. So, after that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
From when me speaking with their friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they was looking for, because I asked them, to continue to look for it first.
Right.
And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out.
Yes, they were going to kick him out that night.
And
because
this is like about 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was going to kick him out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They can't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes, obviously.
When was the friends that called you? When was their last time that they saw your daughter Kanika alive? What's their last reaction, interaction with Kanika?
Well, they stated to me it was because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before they called me. I asked them why didn't they call me before. They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know that my daughter was missing. The one that left my house with Kanika.
Right. Now, but did they say how she broke from the group? Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay, it was like two different stories. First, that day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Okay.
Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door.
So they changed where they saw her last.
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator? Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in the elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kanika.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No, not in the videos, not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything.
Okay.
Like that. No.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there.
Like I said before, it's kind of sad.
What happened to from when you get to the hotel? When does the hotel finally find your daughter in the freezer?
I'm glad.
Once I get
I'm going to keep this live stream running on about an hour.
They finally found her after the third
until I get
time
some more viewers. But thank you for your thumbs up.
To the hotel, begging for
I appreciate it.
From the hotel, pleading with them, and also Rosemont Police Department.
So it was like hours. Like, was it like 36 hours?
Yes, it was like 36 hours.
I have a question about why, if somebody says that their daughter is missing in their hotel, why wouldn't they be willing to help? Did they give you a reason as to we're not concerned, she'll just show up, she's probably okay, and they just blew it off? Did they have a reason for why they're not willing to help at that point?
Well, they stated to me that, basically it wasn't their concern, the hotel, Crown Plaza, and manager at the time. That's a police matter.
Oh, it's a police matter.
And the police probably say a person has to be missing for 48 hours in order for you to file an official report.
24.
24 hours.
Yes.
Okay. Well, no, it's more than 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So when did they finally go look through the tapes to realize, okay, she really was at this hotel? So I guess I'm trying to figure out, how did they discover her in the freezer?
Okay, when my daughter went up there.
Your other daughter?
Yes, my other daughter, Lenore.
Okay.
When she went up to the hotel, when I came, after me returning back home, she headed out the door as I was coming in, her and two of her friends. And when they got up to the hotel, they asked, the person at the front desk if they can look on the cameras and see once again, if they see, if Kanika was there.
Right.
And they stated to her also as well that it was a police matter. So she calls 911 as well. And the police suggested that and told her that he couldn't leave and come up to the hotel to meet her. She would have to come down to the police station. Once she came, got to the police station and made the report, the missing person report, the only reason that Crown Plaza Police Department came back up to the hotel, not because of my daughter was missing, not because of the missing person report, was because Lenore forgot to put her signature on the missing person report paper.
Right.
So
it's the Rosemont Police.
Yes, correct? The Rosemont Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
So once he got there, and he had called and asked her where was she. She stated that she's back up at the hotel. She's telling the person at the front desk at the hotel that now she has a missing person report number. She stated, could they look at the cameras, and they still denied her, to see if her sister was missing. She asked the Rosemont police officer, if he can give her a copy of the police report. He stated to her, it'll take all day, He can't give her a copy because she have the number.
The sad thing about it is that, this is like a sad thing here. I actually watching
asked him, could you please look at the
video
the security cameras
again of Teresa Martin being interviewed by the radio station.
He
was quite sad though what happened to her daughter though, but
he went into the security office.
I actually believe that
this is the
we all
the officer that made out the missing person report
have responsibilities.
Lenore stated to me that
and
he went in there like 5 minutes. Came
pretty much. I can't really say nothing.
And stated that
nothing bad about this though,
person report on the
because
person report,
chances are if that was my daughter,
he searched front and back.
Missing like that. That was my daughter actually missing like that.
So that means she wasn't there.
I would shut the whole
she wasn't there.
Hotel down till I find her.
Okay, so who found Kanika?
I'll tell you that right now.
And did they find her just by accident? I actually, did they find her because they were looking at the video?
My condolences to her.
When we was there, the Rosemont Police Department stated
it was me and my child. My reaction would be totally different.
With me looking at the news and reading in the newspapers, an employee found her. So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
So you don't know?
You're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kanika while she was in the freezer.
After being denied at first, because I asked them. And I went online on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for
Shelly, this is like one of her, I could say,
to let them know.
Last one, I ain't too sure though, but I got another one. I'm gonna Shelly. I'm gonna play the other one where she with Dr. Oz though. I got that. I got that too though, but I think this is the last one here. The last one, she came to the radio station and pretty much
to inform me,
they interview her.
I mean, after I made this,
and that's her daughter right there next to her.
To the hotel, and I asked them, how was she laying? The head detective. How was she laying? He stated she was laying on her side. And I said, was she laying? How was her knees? Was they curved? Like in a
Always stay on top of this stuff here. Shelly. Matter of fact,
can I see?
I got like Kanika
she laid in the freezer.
videos
I want
like
to see her.
all through my video playlist. You can pretty much check them out. It's Action News, and some of them have been demonetized. I don't know why though, but YouTube actually demonetizing my videos now.
No,
so
you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can put his name on the back of the card? He said yes. After he said yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective.
Yeah, I know YouTube is tripping. So they tripping hard. I know. I'm thinking that they kind of hard on, especially black YouTubers.
I'm going to speak with.
They like to demonetize us. So I don't know, from some strange reason though, but you got other white YouTubers out there with millions of subscribers, and they be saying some off the wall stuff. I mean, off the wall racist stuff, and pretty much they demonetize. This is crazy, but it is what it is.
They walked us back there. They said, "Wait, this is a crime scene. You are not allowed to take any photos. You can't touch, and don't touch anything." And they watched us as if we was there. Like we was involved.
Because right now I only got like 353 subscribers though. Oh, I noticed that too exactly.
So you see your daughter in the freezer now to bring up to date.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
you're right.
At this time, they had removed.
You're right at all. It's called censorship. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you 100% though.
When they removed it from the freezer, about time.
Cause actually, I'm going live right now because
rounding it off.
I'm trying to get me some more members. Because right now I got like over 350 members.
I never saw it. They
trying to make my channel grow
as well. That there was no signs of.
Once I get more subscribers, YouTube will actually start taking me serious and start demonetizing my videos.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures, yes, I believe different.
Because the pictures came out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wondering in the hotel she needed help. And
yeah, Shirley. I've been through a lot. I'll be honest with you, to make this actually to grow. I mean, I've been posting non-stop. I mean, I work hard for them eyeballs. I'll be like constantly posting content back at the back. Right now, I've posted over 200. I think over 200 videos.
Was your daughter on the video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe they're saying that one part of the video when she's walking towards the refrigerator, that's her last time being shown on videotape? So do you believe she could just literally walked in there and got locked into the freezer, and what they're saying to be true is she got locked into the freezer and she died because of the coldness? Do you think that could be true?
Well, see, we wouldn't even be sitting here today together. It was the camera.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much
me and my daughter, which is some of the
go live from now on.
And we went in there. I'm looking at my daughter.
And when I'm not live, that means I'm working, y'all. I'm at my job because I can't go live on my job. I will get fired though. But
her, this type of look.
Right now, so I figure since it's my day off,
and then I asked them.
I'll just go live.
Can I see the freezer? Because I work in a cafeteria. So you can't tell me that she walked in this freezer and couldn't get out, because of our freezers. And not only that, me working within the CPS, cafeterias. Before, every freezer has a release button or some type of handle, whereas you can't get locked in this freezer unless you've been locked on the outside. You get locked in from the outside.
Which would have taken, obviously, somebody else to do purposely.
Right.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes.
There's no way she could lock herself in by herself.
Exactly. So once entering, and I see the freezer. Now, the leading detective stated to me, she just walked in the freezer. Mm-hmm. This is before I told him I worked within the cafeteria.
Right.
She walked in the freezer, and when she walked in the freezer, she walked in. He never mentioned it was a double freezer. Walked in the freezer, closed the door behind herself, and just froze to death.
Right.
So, I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I said, so she couldn't get out? He said, no, she couldn't get out. Because once you locked in, you locked in.
Right. But he doesn't know what you know about freezers at that time.
Exactly.
Right.
Did you go into the actual freezer that your daughter was in? Did you like try to see what your like the theory, how you can get out of it if you're in that particular freezer?
Okay, well, I'll tell you like this. We wasn't able to actually go inside their freezer, but they had both of the doors open. I asked him when I first went back there, so you're saying it's a double freezer? He said yes, but on our way back there, if you can see in the video, I'm pointing my finger. I'm looking for cameras. I'm looking for cameras because that's my purpose, because you can't tell me this happened with no camera in around, you know, and every time I point, I see a camera. Except when we go by the freezer, that's like blocked off, which it was a camera above that freezer. And okay, we're gonna go back to that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. When I go back to the freezer, they had both of the doors open, and I'm like, here go a glow-in-the-dark plastic release button, big white glow-in-the-dark. I said, so is this a release button? He said, the detective said yes. And the sergeant standing back there with us as well. As I said, we were being watched as if we're the criminal, you know. We did this to my daughter, as if we was going to get arrested. So he stated, I asked him with the other freezer, you know, the second door. I said, is this a release button? Big white button. Maybe, as they say, you couldn't see, but it was lightning in the freezer. And only thing we saw on the floor was a big piece of ice made in a triangle. You know, like, you know, and I'm like, okay. I said, so I that's when I stated, I work in the cafeteria. I've been working there for 7 years. I say, there shouldn't have been no way that she shouldn't have been able to get out these doors. I thought you told me, and I asked the detective, you said that she couldn't get out. How is that when is, you know, release buttons on each one of these doors? And he just shook his head, you know.
So where are you now as far as what it is that you want to see? You know, they've closed the case officially. I know that you guys are not happy about that and you want to continue the investigation. So what do you want to see happen? Where do you see this going from here? Are you trying to get more people to come in and reopen the case? What is it that you want to do?
Yes, I would love for the FBI to come in. The reason why I said that, they stated it was a natural cause before any medical examiner or anything. So the Rosemont Police Department knew this would happen with no professionalism. You know, they said it wasn't no sexual harassment or any, you know, assault or whatever.
Been assaulted sexually.
Right. Exactly. You know, but how is that? From looking at the pictures, obviously you'll see that it was something going on. At least, you know, with that, if you would have just saw it without being a professional doctor or whatever, examiner or whatever, first thought would have been them being professional cops. Hey, it's something had to go on. And then to come to find out, after all that, at the closing meeting, my daughter asked them, did you all take fingerprints? And they said no. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Dust the body, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I work in the cafeteria once, as I mentioned. And in the cafeteria, you got to clean up behind yourself.
Yeah.
That's sanitation, you know?
So, question. Well, two things. One is because the Rosemont police did actually turn down, because the FBI one time make an offer.
If they were reached out for assistance.
And so Rosemont turned that down, correct? They didn't want to have anything to do with the FBI coming in. Allegedly in the case. Secondly, was the question ever presented to the people of the hotel, why was this freezer even still in operation if it wasn't being used? Like, because I'm under understanding that kitchen was closed and that stuff wasn't even being used. So why even have it on? Because then if she goes in there, she's just inside a room. You know, she's not inside a freezing room. Did that ever come up in conversations with the hotel?
No, I never found out about this freezer wasn't working or none of that until after the fact. You know, I'm hearing it from the media or whatever, you know, and my attorney as well, you know, after she's gone. She's gone.
Right.
And then at the meeting, the sergeant said they had numerous of murders, you know, deaths or whatever, however he named it. Don't quote me. He said, but this is the first time we ever had to deal with an attorney. And rolled his eyes at me like, how could you be mad at me when I'm the one who's taking the loss? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
this is unbelievable.
Exactly.
Right. Cops, the way the cops treat that poor woman, exactly. It's crazy.
And with the cell phone,
it's crazy.
They did ask me twice for her phone. And you know why? I was afraid to go back up there because the next day I asked the detective when he called my phone and when he was asking me about her phone and to come up there, comes back to the Rosemont Police Department to come up there, and I was not going by myself because I knew I needed some help.
I don't blame her.
The hotel offered to pay.
She shouldn't be going there by herself.
Did you accept their offer?
Okay. They offered to pay for her funeral.
Yes.
You know why I did not accept? I refused. Because even though they offered to pay for it, they never once gave me their condolences. Well, of course, they probably did after I made initial clues to Facebook and the media. You know, how could you offer to pay? You all don't care. It's not about money. It's not about money. That's why I reached out to the world, you know, for help. And I'm still asking for help because something's just not right.
I want to bring up some of the activists. Actually, how I got in contact with you was via Andrew Holmes. He's the one that gave me your number. And we actually talked the night prior to when the videos were released. And I know you were upset with him because what happened with that? Did he have the right to go? Because he was the first person to talk about the videotapes. Did he have that right from you to do that?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, Andrew Holmes just popped up from nowhere. He stated to me, I asked him when he called my phone, who gave you my number? Who is you? He stated that he was somebody because I'm asking for
3 thumbs up, y'all. Got 3 thumbs up.
He coming to help me. And he stated to me that he was from
Thank y'all guys again for your support.
He's a special investigator and he's going to get me answers. So,
special investigator?
Yeah, that's what he stated to me.
So you were misled?
Yes, I was misled.
Okay.
From the beginning.
So
do you have any communication with him now or no?
No.
Okay.
There's no need.
Right.
I know other activists, I know from Facebook you accused of them raising money without your knowledge all the way for the protest.
Yes.
So what was that situation? Because they were saying that, you know, money's necessary if someone gets arrested and for the buses, and that they explained that to you and you were okay if they got money to take care of those situations.
Listen, let me tell you something. I didn't know my purpose of being out there. I thank God for everybody. Whichever way they did it, I asked for help. When you ask for help,
you know what? She just a mother worried about her child, and the sad thing about it, her child had passed away.
I would have actually wrote down the date. See, like I said, I did time and
it's very sad.
I went on Facebook.
Very sad. What what happened at the end?
You know, it was when they collected that money.
I don't know how she does it.
Okay.
2 days later,
I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know how she do it.
When I found out the day,
it take me time to grieve.
They're gonna give me a ledger. And
last time
we leave the protest,
the last funeral I've been to was my aunt funeral, and it took me time to grieve.
They stated to me,
it's no way I can be bouncing around like that though. But
it was funds that they had.
I'll give it to her
because of the protest, And I'm like, oh, okay.
At least he's trying.
What do you want to do?
To make sure her daughter don't die in vain.
If you all collected for the protest, save it. And it was some people got locked up, and they was like, they was like, somebody got locked up. I said, well, go bond it out. Don't y'all have that money? I didn't want to touch it because if they collected for them, if that's what they was doing, then I'm a firm believer. If this is what you're doing, for whatever reason, y'all decide to collect it without my knowledge, finish doing what y'all doing. It's not about money. And like, it was people that got bond out that had to pay out of their own pockets, And I'm like, they had the money. I don't have no money. I'm getting calls saying, where the money?
And the sad thing,
they told us we had the money.
And the sad thing about this situation is,
right? Don't put
the money was being raised to do that.
The way they handle that and the way they treated her was actually terrible, very terrible.
I'm looking for help,
and they only doing that because of
and
because she came there by herself and she's a woman.
And I'm not.
This is terrible. This is like a sad thing that happened to her.
Be a part of that because I don't believe in using people.
And once again, guys, you are watching Teresa Martin radio interview.
Some of the other activists.
And thank y'all guys for watching.
If you've had direct contact
actually
with them,
hanging out with me,
or you haven't, what would be the overall message to them right now? Because I understand where you stand, but what would be the overall message to them? Because sometimes I feel that they can do more harm than help in this situation. Exactly. So what when you sit up, if you had one message that you want to say to them, what would it be?
My message to them is stop taking advantage. And if they haven't took advantage of nobody, then don't do it. Especially when a time of need, when someone is begging and grieving, don't take advantage of them. Do what's right, and stop using God's name in vain. Because you can trick a whole lot of people with the word.
Yeah.
And honestly, I never met none of the activists. Besides Mark, I knew him. From the neighborhood.
Right.
Personally, none of the activists. So they coming out and they introduce and they said, "Well, of course, you make it seem as if they're here to help you, and all along everybody's out for the same purpose."
That's good. That's good on Shelly.
I'm not gonna say everybody.
I'm glad you're still here enjoying the show.
And it's sad.
It's such a devastating story. So at this moment, and kind of just to pick off what Kyle said. I'm basically gonna be running was that your first time seeing
the next video? The next video, Shelly, I'm gonna show is she being interviewed by Dr. Oz.
One of the photos, the fifth photo.
That's the next video I'm gonna show you. And that video is like 2 minutes long.
Well, when I saw the photos on last weekend, I was heartbroken because my mom passed, and I have photos when my mother died, but obviously they're not public.
Nah, I'll be honest with you, Shelly. I can't imagine losing one of my child. Actually losing one of my kids. See, what it is like this.
And I was just like,
the kids should be burying the parent instead of the parent burying the kids. That's what I believe.
But then you are also a mother, and this is your child. And do we really want to have?
It's quite sad though, because during the time when she was under duress, people took advantage of this woman here. They actually took advantage of her.
We all feel for you because
and I see it happen. Because when you're under duress, you ain't thinking right.
It's unimaginable.
And actually, people came in and took advantage of her.
City of Chicago. So you do not agree with the simple story of your daughter walking into the freezer and freezing to death. That is not acceptable to you.
That's not acceptable.
Okay.
Especially when it was cameras. That should have showed not only besides the back of her, but the front of her as well. It was a camera directly over this freezer.
They haven't showed us images of that.
I know at the meeting, the closing of the meeting, I asked the detective and also as well as the sergeant. And the sergeant said
I didn't even know it was another camera there.
Camera. So I guess the camera disappeared too.
Only camera because the only camera I saw was actually when she walked into the freezer. That's it.
And we don't see her actually walk into the freezer. But you're saying there was definitely a camera there.
It was definitely a camera there.
What about the statement? Because there was a lot of controversy about whether or not Andrew Holmes actually said.
Yeah, I can't imagine myself.
Walk into the freezer and the door.
And that was me.
Said, I know I heard him say
man, I'll be honest with you, Shelly.
I couldn't find it.
It'd be like
called my phone.
I'll be somewhere.
Just got out of, I'm still elucidating.
Just leave me alone. I won't even come even broadcast nothing. I won't say nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing.
Early that day. And I was so
but I'll give it to her though.
I'm like, did you see the camera? He said he saw her. He saw the camera.
She actually, Shirley, she actually determined to get justice for her daughter. Like some people, it's pretty much let their child die in vain though, but she trying to get justice for her daughter.
Come down there. I want my
because the other video that I posted up was for with the body.
So
YouTube,
I said, okay.
YouTube done me dirty. They demonetized me, and they was about to actually shut down my account. So I came and post that up.
And tell him that you saw the camera of Kanika walking into the freezer. I said, okay. He said, because the hotel is not making no money. They want us to stop this. They want us to stop. They want to stop. Saying the Hotel Crown Plaza want us to stop it.
And worst thing about it, Shelly?
The protest.
It's like YouTube pretty much demonetized
so I thought about it,
most of my videos. I'm not even
I'm
right now. You look at this video right now. The reason why you see commercials because I went live. Other than that, if I wasn't going live, they won't want no commercial on this.
These type of answers, even if without me even seeing the video, like you a complete stranger, you popped up from nowhere.
Right.
You want me to, but I don't believe your words either, because even though the Bible tell you watch as well as pray. So you mean to tell me
it don't matter to me, Shirley, because I already know what's gonna happen later on. Later on, they probably demonetize this video too. I'm not really surprised, Shirley, because you know
I would have listened to the crowd.
That's YouTube.
I'm sorry, Rosemont Police Department, when they stated my daughter.
Some people get monetized and the rest just don't.
Right.
I'm not listening to words. Show me.
I just take it where it is.
So as a follow-up to that, I just want to ask you, since you obviously don't believe the narrative that they gave you, what do you believe actually happened?
I already know the minute I go off live, they probably demonetize this video. Who knows? Because so many videos that YouTube actually demonetize for me is ridiculous. I mean,
they can't see if you want.
Man, they actually demonetize.
They could have showed me exactly what they're saying to me.
All my videos.
I'm not denying.
It's like only a couple of videos I actually got that been monetized. This is ridiculous. I mean, what message they sending out? They probably just hoping that they don't monetize my channel. I just simply just go away.
To be honest, when I saw the pictures, because her shoe was off, like she was scratched. It looked like something happened to her. But then when we looked more, was it hypothermia?
The definition of hypothermia, and in the last stages is hypothermia. It feels like your body's burning. People try to take off their clothes, and you actually kind of go insane, for lack of a better term. Could do anything from viciously scratching yourself, hitting your head up against walls, or whatever. So when we read the definition of hypothermia and the symptoms and the stages of it.
And within the definition, it also states that they're normally, the average person is normally found naked, right?
Mm-hmm. Completely naked.
Completely naked, exactly. So, once again, no signs of sexual assaults, right? But you see in the pictures that her breast is out and her pants is unbuttoned and halfway down. So maybe not, no signs of it. But I don't know what's the sign. What do they call the sign of sexual assault? Right.
So you're not saying I believe she was sexually assaulted, but you are saying, show me some proof to the things you're telling me.
That's it.
Did you reach?
That's it. Proof.
Right.
Did you reach out to anybody to do an independent autopsy? Not one that the city did, but one that you did on your own. Maybe there was somebody you could reach out to. I want to do an independent autopsy.
Yes, I did. I did have my. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, we did. Mm-hmm. We had our own independent autopsy. I'm still waiting on the results.
Okay, so yes. Those results are not back yet.
Yes, we had it done after. The medical examiner did theirs.
I think. And this is just my personal opinion on it. What I really hate about this whole situation is there was a young lady with a promising life ahead of her. Mm-hmm. I understand that she had just got a new job and was about to start doing great things. And all we can talk about is conspiracy theories. And I, as a father of 3 daughters, I don't know. I'd be out of my mind. People's lives would change because I'd be out here crazy. So I commend you for keeping it together.
Thank you.
But it's just sad that we have to have all this mess over this young girl's life instead of her just being able to rest in peace, which we're trying to find the answers to so she can rest in peace. I get it, but it's heart-wrenching for me because seeing the pictures of her, I start thinking about my 18-year-old and I had a conversation with her about this is why it's important to be aware of your surroundings and everything else, because you're just speechless, you know what I'm saying?
And not only did me searching for answers for my daughter, I not only thought about my daughter, I was unselfish enough to think about the world. Everybody's children.
Everybody's
children.
The village. The village. Exactly. Absolutely.
And I wanted them to be aware because the way that they was telling me and the covering up, if it didn't happen before, it's gonna happen again. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to bring awareness.
Yeah, with all the sex trafficking and stuff that's going on out here, it leaves the door open.
Yeah, right. Save somebody.
Are you? What are your feelings towards her friends that were with her that night? Do you hold any blame towards them?
Like I stated to them, I'm not blaming anyone because everybody at the hotel I look at is a suspect. Okay. I'm not saying that they did it. Everybody that was there that night.
Okay.
So, like I told them, I stated to them, after they came to my house looking. I said, I'm not saying y'all did this to my daughter, but what I am saying, you all should have had enough loyalty not to leave my daughter.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I can't feel, hatred or none of this. And then I know people probably judge me or whatever. They're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Especially since you teach, I know I do specifically. I literally just said this to my daughter yesterday. He was 18, like Leon's oldest. Mm-hmm. I said, yo, when y'all out here moving around, it's safety in numbers. Y'all stay together. Y'all go somewhere together. You come back together. Everybody watches out for each other. You don't let nobody stray off. So I totally understand you saying, look, you may not have done this, but you let my daughter wander off.
Exactly.
And this is a result of what happened.
Exactly.
Now, but from the videotapes, it does seem like your daughter was intoxicated. Was she drinking or was it pills? Do you agree that maybe she was under the influence in some way?
And it's the epileptic medicine too.
Right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, can you explain that?
Now, see, from my understanding, as me speaking with the doctor, he stated to me that that level that they're trying to say, because I'm reaching out and asking,
right.
And he stated to me that that's not even a level where you could be sloppy drunk as though the video's saying, he said that's like a tipsy level. And the medication is not enough, strength to have her like this. So, which shows.
Yep, I knew it. I knew something else was going on. I knew it.
She was still strong enough to try to fight it off. She's still trying to look for a way out. How could that, go unknowledged from the security, from the hotel?
Could I be honest with you? That video that I actually watched of her walking around like she's intoxicated, it looks hella suspicious to me.
And then when we came up there,
hella suspicious.
Wow, we couldn't get no help from no one.
We don't really have the words, to take away the pain. I wish we had it. We've all experienced loss in our own personal lives, so we do understand what you're going through. We want you to know that our hearts are with you, and that we appreciate you coming on our show this morning and giving your side to the story. This is a story that has touched all of Chicago, and not just Chicago, all outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not sure if it's public. You mentioned it a second ago, but you experienced breast cancer.
Yes.
And the week that everything was happening, the reason why Andrew Holmes saw the videotape before the mother is because you had surgery that day.
And he knew that I was going to have surgery.
She was going to surgery
Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah, she had surgery the Wednesday prior. So that is why he saw the video prior to you. And how is your health in that manner right now? Are you fine with the cancer? Is it completely gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yes,
thank God for that.
Thank God. Yeah.
Thank God for that.
No pills,
wow.
radiation, no pills.
I know.
People, you are still in people's prayers.
I'm surprised too.
So do you have any outlet? We know there was different outlets for people to donate monies. Are there anything that someone listening right now that might want to contribute to you financially in any way? Is there a way that they can do so?
Right now I don't have no outlets.
Okay.
I had a UCare, but I closed it down.
Okay.
So how are you carrying on from here then to, like, what steps or what petitions or what moves are you making? Because I know you said you want them to reopen that investigation. How are you trying to get them to do that?
Well, hopefully by coming to you all.
Okay.
Attending everybody, reaching back out to everyone that reached out to me as far as coming on to their show as a guest.
Yeah.
I'm ready now. See, I had to see what their findings was of trying to get help from them, maybe figuring, because I didn't want to talk about something I didn't know about.
Right.
But here go the proof with the pictures and all that. Just what I thought. Something just not right.
Okay. Understood. One last question I wanted to ask you. Earlier we spoke on this and you said that Rosemont, we spoke on it, the fact that Rosemont turned down help from the FBI.
Right.
Are you able to go to the FBI directly and say, I don't want to deal with them. Can y'all help me? Please.
I don't know. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. I don't know how that works, but I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
And before we let you go, something I want you to get this out to the world, to any young ladies that might be listening around the age of your daughter. Just play the role of big sister or mother or auntie in their life. Give them a message right now from your loss. Give them a message to them. Something that they need to take heed to.
Okay, this to the young girls. I know y'all think y'all parents, especially your mothers and your fathers, don't. They know everything. In all nationality they do. When it comes to listening to your parents, Listen. As far as your friends, if you're gonna be friends, don't leave one another. Keep that loyalty within. If you go out together, come back together.
Mm-hmm.
Don't never underestimate. Always expect the unexpected at all times.
Absolutely. We appreciate your strength.
Absolutely.
We love you so much.
Yeah,
we love you so much. Your family is in our prayers. Like,
no doubt.
I just wish we had more words to give, but just know that the love is there. And you spoke to the city of Chicago, and you are the mother, so we will honor your wishes.
Thank you.
Do you want all the conspiracy theories on Facebook to stop? Though we didn't bring that up, but how was that with all the Facebook people coming in with their ideas? Did that hurt you in any way? With, like, at one moment before we saw the video, it was allegations she was being raped in the video, the first Facebook Live. It was so many.
Or it was they were harvesting her organs. I've heard some of the craziest stuff, and to the point where
that was crazy. It was bananas. I mean, the way they came up, all them crazy conclusions.
It's confusing enough as it is.
Right.
Exactly. See, I say it like this. Well, of course, people are gonna speak up on something they don't know about.
Okay.
It ain't nothing no one can say to me that can hurt me more than me losing my child.
Mm.
So everything they saying, it's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
It's irrelevant. Unless they can show me that camera that was on top of that freezer, then I'm gonna listen. Well, of course I watch. But
wow, you heard that, Shelly?
See, they wasn't there.
She says a camera on top of the freezer.
That was directly on
This
top
is new to me. I never heard nothing like that before.
That's why, okay, it's good to look at the theories because, hey, the hotel wasn't, or the Rosemont Police Department wasn't giving us anything. My attorney study asking them for it, had to go to court to subpoena these records, and we're still not getting them all. So, hey, like I said, when we went to this closing of this meeting, as far as my daughter in this freezer, they only showed us 4 pictures, but then they put up in there, on their website, more pictures than what they showed us.
Right.
And then they also, I forgot, before we said in this, they said it wasn't no faulty foul play. I wonder, what was that? Did y'all see the picture of her fingernail?
I don't remember seeing that particular picture.
I don't know if that was black ice on her nail or a piece of a garbage bag.
Mm.
So, all this, why not take fingerprints?
Right.
You see all this evidence. And then, okay, they didn't see anything, no faulty play. Somebody, FBI, somebody look up into it to try to help.
And just to be clear, you're saying that they're actually, with your own eyes, you saw a camera that was pointing directly to the freezer.
That was over the top of the freezer.
Yes,
right.
So you would have had a visual of anybody walking in and out in that area.
Exactly.
With your own eyes.
And what did they say that when you asked about that camera, you get no answer?
The day of, as I'm looking at the freezer when my daughter laying there on the stretcher, in the white bag, that day, I asked the detective and the sergeant about that camera. I pointed to the camera, and I asked him, did that camera work? Because he told me it wasn't no camera in there around, that could have caught her walking into this freezer. So I said, is that camera working? They looked back at the shop, and the detective stated to me, he don't know. He's gonna, look into it. Okay. So that was the first lie, because you said it wasn't it wasn't no way that you could see her entering or exiting this freezer. And the sergeant just said flat out, no, that camera didn't work.
Wow. So all the cameras work, but the one camera that needs to confirm
everything.
Right.
But the freezer was still operational.
Yeah, but the freezer, and then also,
I can see how I can see you as a mom not being okay with the information, because just as a public figure, I'm just going off the information given, and it's like, well, it seems like maybe what's been presented to us, it seems like maybe she was unfortunately inebriated, didn't know where she was going, like she was finding somewhere to go and walking to the freezer, and that could have been the end of it. But after talking to you and saying if there actually was a camera that can show everything, that does raise more questions.
Yeah. It sounds like, with everything that you've given us today, it makes me feel like we got just enough public information to agree with this narrative, and here's what we're showing you. That's it, guys. Case closed.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can understand your feelings. No question.
And it's so crazy how could this,
Yeah.
the Justice Department, United States Justice Department allowed this to be. I know somebody hearing us and hearing me that hurt me, and someone's seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Do you still have your attorneys? Do you still have your lawyers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
All right. Well, once again, we thank you. We hopefully you said everything that you would like people to know about what's going on, and you get further help with this case. If you're not ready for it to be closed, then so be it. Let it continue. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you for taking the time to come up here today. Speak to us. Is there anything else that you wanted to say before you go?
Oh yeah.
As far as the videos,
really quick. As far as the videos, as we can see, the person that allegedly found my daughter's body in his freezer, he took a set of keys, opened his freezer, from what it appears to be. Opened the door, and it took keys for him to open the door.
To get her out.
To get her out. To acknowledge that she was in there. So she was locked in. So how, if this door was locked, how in the world, if the kitchen closed or abandoned or whatever, how could she get up in this freezer by herself? You understand? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't it have took them same set of keys or some kids to open the door just like it took for them to open the door to get her out, or to acknowledge all of a sudden that she's up in there umpteen hours later?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
A lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
But they said no faulty play, no foul play.
Right. Well, we hope you get the answers.
Yes.
We hope you get the answers. I mean, at the end of the day, we hope you get the answers that'll let you, sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? I know it's got to be difficult to not know exactly what happened to your own child. So we don't wish that on anybody. We're happy to see that you're strong, but we wish for you to have some sort of closure in this case.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. Chicago, Miss Teresa Martin, and Mother Kanika Jenkins, man, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You all have a great one, and thanks for having me once again now.
All right. Okay, the next videos I'm going to show y'all guys is pretty much just the other video of what Dr. Oz show actually interviewing the family. So I'm going to put that video up for y'all guys right now.
We asked about the alleged surveillance camera. You mentioned there was one above the freezer.
Yes.
That theoretically would have seen her walking in or someone dragging her in.
There you go.
Right, whatever needed, because that's a big question. Right? You get a big heavy door open.
Yes.
Right? And here's the thing. I wasn't there, but they were. And they say there is one motion-censored still camera inside the kitchen that points in the area of the freezer, but does not show the door of the freezer. So they couldn't actually see the door itself. We followed up with the Crown Plaza Hotel itself, where Kanika's body was found, and their spokesman stated that no video shows her entering the freezer because we never had a camera there. So Larry, how do you respond to that?
I went to the Crown Plaza and I did a walkthrough of the area. They had some 46 or so cameras there, and there were cameras that should have captured her progressing, apparently, according to them, toward this kitchen.
That's on the Dr. Oz show.
They claim they weren't working.
That's pretty much that's where she's at.
What happened here?
This is like the
when I think about
actually
trying to go
the second of the last
showing
of the video that she's making.
To the next door and showing the picture as the minutes passed and her body temperature went down. Why was she told no? Why don't I see things in the autopsy like fingernail scrapings? Was there DNA under her fingernails? We'll never know. We'll never know now. Why were there was one thing after the next that went wrong? And when I think about what this mother has been through, and you know what I noticed about her, she'll get upset and she tries to be real calm. Why? Why would you be trying so hard to stay calm?
Because I know. To get my daughter, because I knew something was going on with her. I needed help. That's it.
From the day she called me, she asked for help. And she went to the front counter of that hotel asking for help, and it was all ignored.
They would not have dismissed you, Dr. Oz, but she knew that if she went in there upset with her voice raised, they'd kick her out. They wouldn't have done that to you. I'm just telling you.
They wouldn't have. And I know they wouldn't have.
We gotta change this. You can't be scared, intimidated when you're searching for your daughter and trying to save her life. That's not the country we live in. I know this is incredibly hard for you. I hope you find peace. And we will be with you and supporting you all we can. All right, just the tip of the iceberg.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laura, for being here.
Thank you.
Sure. We hope we get some answers for you. We'll follow up on the case.
All right. I got one more video to show you guys, because I'm gonna close this live stream and I'm gonna move to something else though. But I'm gonna show y'all guys last video
The total wounded
of
include
Teresa Martin.
20. There are 6 in stable condition or have been released. There are 4 in serious condition and 10 that remain in critical condition, so this number could rise. We ask that everyone keep them in your thoughts and prayers. The names of the victims will be released as soon as all of the next of kin have been notified.
Here you go. Actually, when I record this video here, pretty much you're gonna hear she made a 911 call. She called 911. Hopefully this is the right video. Right now, you're able to hear the 911 call she made.
Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old. So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe is just give her a couple hours. She could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean, and who knows what her friends are saying is true. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You could tell. I'm not saying. You could tell it don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right. Period. That's why I came out here myself. So how long does it take for me to file a missing person report?
Well, you can file it at any time. It just like I said, just give it a little bit of time. If you hadn't heard from her by, I want to say about 10, 11 o'clock, then by all means, give us a call again. You can come to the station, and we can help you out from there.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll do that. Okay, thank you so much for texting. Okay.
That don't make no sense.
Have a good day.
I never heard a 911 operator tell you to wait. Give her a few minutes to come back. This is. You heard that, Shelly? That 911 operator is bugging out. I can see why Rosemont Police Department treat her horribly. That county is something else. And that's the part right now. Yep. That's the manager right there, walking inside the freezer, then walking back out. I'm looking at this whole video here. And he's leaving out the common collective. Then all of a sudden, here's come the police. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my live stream. Thanks again, Shelly, for staying over here and actually watch my live stream. I appreciate it very much. And also, I'm thankful for the 3 likes. Okay, this is Quiet Storm Curtis here. Till the next time we meet, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out.